Hey guys, Tempo Storm's Redact here, coming to you today with a video on a callout guide for Nepal's Sanctum map. This map here is quite an indoorsy square design. It means a lot of stuff you can get away with calling it left, right, and their side, our side, seeing as it's symmetrical just like any other King of the Hill map, but it's also got their clear corners when it comes to map design. That makes it very easy to call things left and right. But we'll start with the spawn area. So we just got spawn, this main area here, and since there is a slight area above here, even though it's not too important, we can just call this area up here above spawn. This little house on its own, you can call it house or hut. It's pretty important as it has a big med, but you generally won't be doing too much fighting there. Every now and again someone will get behind, or you've got to retreat to this far, and you can say they're at house med or they're in hut or such like that, and people will know where you are. But when it comes to this area here, it's easy to just call it behind mid, mostly because this area will call this mid or main. You can call this behind main, or they're coming in main. So you'll see a lot of stuff, seeing as this is a really good spot to try to hold, to keep control of this area by holding here and shooting in sort of thing, or holding on this side and shooting in, such like that. It's really easy to call this way main. So you'll be able to say they're pushing in main or they're pushing through main, but then when they start to get a bit further out inside, you'll be calling this left and right, mostly because there isn't any really clear feature on each side, and on top of that as well, it swaps around obviously for each side, but we'll call this left and right. It's pretty easy when defending as well. If you're defending from the point, they're coming from left, you know they're coming from this general area, or they're coming from right, you know they're coming from this general area. But we'll have a look at the side paths. So this one here we'll call balcony. So they're coming from balcony, you know it's their little below side next to the right here for us. And this hallway down here on the end, we'll call this one long, since it's a very long path on the outside usually to get to. It's very easy to call it long. Okay, and then up here we've got above the point, or you can say on top of point, or you can even just say top. It's right above the point, so it's easy to understand why I call this one top, especially the fact that it's also the highest point. That's really relevant, and it's got a med inside of it, so it's actually really important. So you can say that they're pushing top, or you're in top, or they're at top sort of thing, or they're at top med. And then when you go down underneath it, you can say they're inside the point, or you can say they're below. To really say they're inside the point, because all the time you'll find the point, you'll push inside of here sort of deal and play with that. So it's easy to just call that below the point, or you can call that inside. Okay, so down this side we've got ledge. This is a really important area. This is probably one of the most important in the map apart from the point itself. But it's really easy to call this ledge because it's just you've got multiple ledges looking over the point. Their ledge, our ledge, or left side ledge, right side ledge, or far ledge, close ledge. You've got a few different ways you can call it. This general area is ledge because it's just used like any ledge should be, that gets a great vantage point and shoots onto any particularly important areas. And this one here, we'll call this outside med. It's got a big med, really important, but it's also outside, so it's easy to call this one outside med, or just outside on its own. When it comes to when they're pushing through the different areas of main, you can say they're going main to left, this sort of archway, or they're coming in left, so we know they're coming in here. Same sort of deal, they're coming in right, like that, and it would obviously swap around when you've got the different sides of the map, left and right, right and left, see it swaps around. So, but it's really easy to call a lot of stuff left and right on this map. It's quite a straightforward design. There's not heaps of pathways, even when it comes to the point. There's just the point itself, and then down there, the three main parts. You've got the point, left and right. So it's easy to be able to say they're on the right side of the map sort of deal, but a lot of the stuff does have specific labels. You don't have to really use it too much in this map, but when it comes to players zipping around behind and sort of deal, it's really important to at least call where they're coming from, or understand where they're coming from and understand the calls that get made. But hopefully this guide was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and check out the other videos on the channel.